Well, I'm back. Um, yeah, welcome back to Josh on Journey. It's been a long time. Don't know how long it's been. Probably 4 years, maybe 3.5, 4 years since I posted my last video, which I think was a just a little Budapest trip vlog sort of a thing, which I didn't even talk in or anything like that. It was just a summary of that trip and some clips. It was really fun. Yeah, Budapest is a cool place, but yeah. So here I am. So what have I been up to? What have I been doing? If you saw the title of the video, you probably know what I'm going to be getting into later in regards to Japan, which is pretty cool. We're excited for that. I'll get into that later. But yeah, a lot of stuff has been going on. Life has been pretty busy the past few years. We've both our jobs got pretty intense right around that time that the channel kind of took a break. And again, this is, Josh on Journey is just a hobby channel. I just post on here to, I don't know, share, mostly just share some of the places I go and kind of document that, mostly for my own memories. But I also wanted to kind of share some stories of, from some of my experiences overseas and going different places and interesting things that happen, because I imagine people might be interested in those. And anyway, that's always been kind of the intent of the channel. I don't have any, disillusionment of becoming, this channel blowing up or anything like that. I just want to have fun with it. That's my hope, is just to have fun with it. And so if you're watching this, I hope you're having fun too. And yeah, come and hang out. But yeah, a lot was going on. Our jobs both got really busy. We both got a lot more responsibilities around that time. Just life was kind of crazy. I did a lot more traveling. Went back to Turkey a few times. Still love Turkey. It's an incredible place, especially Istanbul. If you've never been, just go if you can. If you want to get a taste for the Middle East, but you're scared of like the big Middle East or something like that for whatever reason, go to Istanbul. You'll get that feel, but there's just so much history there. Went to Romania, went to Hungary again, went back to Japan, which we'll get into later, which is another great trip. And then a bunch of other stuff happened. There's a few floods here in our area during that season. Really crazy. Fortunately, our house wasn't flooded, which is awesome, but a lot of our neighbors were. And then COVID, man, you guys know all about it. I'm not going to talk about it. COVID is crazy. And yeah, the whole world went nuts, and of course, affected us too. And we had to just deal with it. We both were working from home for a while, and it just affected a lot of stuff, of course. And then we had our son. We hadn't had any kids yet, and then in the middle of all that, our son came along. And so we've been really busy with that. He's getting close to 2 years old now, and so a little more settled. But yeah, to say the least, parenthood has been incredible. I love being a dad, love being a dad to that little boy. And yeah, that's been fun. But yeah, it's been a little, a lot of changes since I guess the last time I posted and last time you saw anything on this channel. But it's all been good things. It's all been good things. God's been good to us, and we continue on. We press on. But getting back to the Japan trip brings me up to the topic of this video, which is, yeah, we are moving to Japan. We'll probably be moving at the end of summer, and transitioning over there, which of course brings a lot of questions: how, when, where, why, all these things. And so why are we moving to Japan? Well, we both had felt for a long time that maybe we would want to go and live overseas. It's something that we both had been feeling in our hearts for a while, but opportunity never really presented itself. There's a lot of closed doors, and plus there's just a lot of stuff going on in our lives that it really didn't make sense. We didn't feel that it was the time to go and do that. But we went to Japan the first time in 2015, and we loved it. It was just a short trip. We were there for just a few weeks, and we went all over some of the big city, the big stops that you always hear about when people go to Japan. Went to Tokyo, had a great time. Went to Kyoto and Osaka and Nara, and a few little smaller towns just passing through in between here and there. And you can see some of the first videos on this channel are just documenting that trip. It was a lot of fun. And then we went back to Japan in 2019, the summer of 2019. We went to Osaka, and that was really great. Got to go and explore and really get to know the city, and we really enjoyed it. It was great to be back. And when we were there, we both just knew that it was what we had to do, and so that was something that we really leaned into at that time, and we pushed forward with that. But again, that was right at the same time when we made that decision. We knew we wanted to do that. A lot of things started changing. Of course, right after that, COVID hit, and we got pregnant right around the same time as COVID hit the landscape. And so all that happened all at the same time, put Japan on the back burner. And so it wasn't really an option for us. We didn't want to start that transition until after we really knew what being parents were like, what that would look like for us being in parenthood. And so, we pushed that back a little bit. But once we got through basically the first year, it seemed like it was still going to be good for us to go. And so we made the decision to start preparing everything that it takes to move your life across the ocean to a new country where you don't speak the language and everything else. So if you've ever thought about moving overseas, not just going to visit, but actually moving, there's a lot of things that go into that. It's just not, especially if you're more settled like kind of we are. If you're a young single person right out of college, you don't have anything, you probably don't have a serious job or anything like that, that might be kind of holding you at home. And but for us, we had roots here in our community, and with our family and our church family and everything else, that we really wanted to. It takes longer to prepare, and you have to really make sure that you're doing things the right way, especially when you have a kid. You want to make sure that transition goes well. And so we were really hoping we would be able to find the right kind of jobs in Japan. We'd be able to find the right spot to go and to be in Japan, and weren't really sure where that would be. We're both Christians, and so we put a lot of faith in where God leads us, and so we asked God to, you provide the door that you want us to go through. And so we asked him, and we prayed about it, and we, of course, we're doing our own due diligence, and fortunately, we found jobs in Osaka, which is cool because we have several friends that actually, like, out of all the places in Japan where we have friends, for whatever mix of reasons, we have a lot of friends that live in Osaka, not really anywhere else in Japan. Well, I've been making more friends that live in Hokkaido, but didn't really want to go to Hokkaido. But yeah, we have friends that live and work in Osaka. We have one friend who just left Osaka, who worked for Universal Studios. Several friends who, of course, are working with churches over there, and which is really cool. And then we have a friend who he works for Capcom, actually, and a friend who like teaches English there. There's a lot of English teachers over there in Osaka. But yeah, so it worked out perfect. It was great. We're already going to have friends that are going to be there, built-in babysitters who can come and help with our son and give us a break, and, so we can have date night. Yeah. It was really great how it all worked out. Say what you want about coincidences. I don't really believe in coincidences. God was good to us throughout that whole process. But yeah, so that's the plan. We'll be moving there, like I said, at the end of the summer. Basically, the first few years that we're there will mostly be we've been studying Japanese a little bit. Nihongo wakarimasen. And so we don't really speak it, but we've been doing some practice on a few apps that we've got on our phones. But the first few years that we're there is when we're really going to be getting the language. Look, I know a lot of people want to move overseas, move over to Japan, but aren't really interested in learning the language or anything like that. If you have any sort of desire to move to another country, but you're not committed to learning that language, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. I don't know why you would do that. But for us, we're really excited to do that. We know it's one of the more difficult languages, but we really feel up to the task, and we have a lot of friends who have studied it and started to really have a good comprehension of it. And if they can do it, we know we can do it, and so we're really excited about that. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it. My hope is kind of going forward that here on the channel, I'll be able to, our jobs were really, really busy the past few years. And so we weren't really able to do much on this channel. But my hope is that I'll be able to do, the occasional vlog and share more stories. I have some cool stories from some of the trips from the past few years that I'd like to be able to share. Just kind of, keeping those of you who are around on the channel updated about how the transition is going. At the middle of selling our home and saying goodbye. We're going to do some traveling here around the States in the meantime. And maybe even some live Q&As in the future if there seems to be any interest for that. I don't know what you guys would want, to know more about our lives, but maybe we'll do some of that. That'd be fun. But for the most part, like I said at the beginning, I want this channel to be a place where I can come and just share stories and kind of have fun with it. I enjoy editing the videos. I enjoy, just kind of putting it out there and interacting with those who have seen them. And so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, the time availability is there to do some more videos, and so we'll see how it goes. But thank you guys so much for being here, for watching, And yeah, I guess until next time, I'll see y'all later.